All right. You good?
No.
I don't really like being in the. I just like focus on that, so I'm just gonna stand up a little bit. So, are you okay with that?
Cool with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us at TTIN. We are currently here, and we're hoping that we'll understand more of the. Okay, gosh, sorry. Thank you so much for joining TTIN. We're currently here with a wonderful guest. We're hoping that he go ahead and introduce himself to you and understand how he reaches he's reached this now and so forth. So without further ado.
Hi, everybody. My name is Quadair Scott. I go by the name of Director 2 in the creative community. I'm a filmmaker, aspiring film director, also creative director of a nonprofit organization called As I Plant the Seed. Um, yeah, I do a lot of storytelling, do a lot of film production, and a lot of connecting between the film and the nonprofit world to help tell the stories of the people who I feel need to be told.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And can you tell us like what led you to this particular time in your life
This
as a
particular.
director or so forth?
Um, well, I started my film journey from the nonprofit that I'm part of. As I planted the seed, I learned when I was in high school. I was a part of a film production program. That was when I first got introduced to video production, and I've been using the camera ever since. I started doing photography, then started doing video production from there. When I got to college, I learned that there was a big void for just creativity and innovative creativeness in just the college space. So once I helped start a program called Poesis, which was the creative organization, I took the initiative to write my first script and shoot my first short film, which was kind of like my first full introduction to being a film director in a creative space. Um, and then I've just been filmmaking and in the creative world ever since then. COVID year came in 2020, and it sent everybody home, and that's when I really was at the end of the film production process for the first short film that I made, Social Media Kills, and I started my production company, Phase Two Productions, from there. And now in 2025, I'm going 5 years stronger, just being an independent filmmaker, working for myself, and yeah, and enjoying the creative endeavors of a creative in the city of Philadelphia. So yeah.
It's really amazing that you took the step to like create spaces for creative and understand how to like utilize your art through also encountering others on their journey too.
Mm-hmm.
That's really amazing. And how has what has always been your passion to continue this path when obstacles came, if they did arrive?
Um, I mean, I've always been out of the box thinker. Always been innovative. Always been different. Since a very young age, I always saw things in myself that separated myself from other people. So I always just try to play on it. I never truly fully knew my passion or just what I wanted to do. Things of that nature, but I always knew that like I was different, and I was able to um just attack and accomplish things that other people weren't willing to do. And I felt like myself, I always had a knack for just finding whatever space I was in, finding the void, and being able to come up with ways to fill those voids. Yeah, so I've always had a thing for just looking around and observing what's missing. What could be there, what could make this piece or make this space, make this art, make this project better. And always just finding creative ways to input my thought process to find the upside to whatever I was a part of.
Okay. So can you tell me like what is one what is a quote or that it's what is a quote that is motivated to you that help you throughout your path? A quote that you utilize or something important for you.
Um, I always get tripped up with quotes because it's like so many profound quotes out there that help you um, align you, guide you in life. But specifically one that's coming to the top of my head is I build a lot of my inspiration just off of notable song lyrics. And Lil Wayne got a song where he says, "The brighter the rainbow, the better the weather." So I took that as like a way of just seeing that no matter how bad life gets, we all go through obstacles in life. Everybody goes through things in life, but I feel like the people that's tested the most, the people that go through the most, are the people that got the drive to just prevail through all of those things that we go through. The greater the outcome will be. It's like it's like in life, you gotta go through the most turmoil or struggle or whatever you want to consider of that challenging path. But if you're able to prevail through all of it, then like the other side gets much brighter.
You do mind sharing like an obstacles that you encounter and how and what do you do to like prevail?
Um, I mean, any obstacle that I faced. I mean, I've been to this point in life. I say the biggest obstacle, biggest challenge that I faced was a festival that I put together when I was in college. My last year of college. Going into college, one thing that I've always noticed that my school never provided was just an event for the black community to enjoy. I went to a PWI, predominantly white institution, so we had a large, strong presence of black people on campus that just existed, but I never felt like we had any events to really represent our space. So when I got the chance to create that type of space in my senior year, it was just the most challenging thing I ever got was tasked to do. Creating an event that never happened before on campus like that. Especially creating a black space on top of a white campus. And when we first did it, we kind of did some things that wasn't by the book. So just trying to be innovative and just do what we could. It was outside of the bounds of what the school allows. So which created a stain. And when this rescheduling process happened, it just made it more challenging to accomplish the full picture. But ultimately, I was super determined to make the event happen, make the see it all the way through. I had a lot of personal invested stake, financial stake into it. So I really wanted to see it happen, and on top of everything, as it was already a thing, I wanted it to happen for the campus. I feel like the people on campus deserved that type of event. It was needed, and yeah, it happened. It happened at the highest success rate possible with what we was given. And that was definitely like the biggest challenge that I heard of. After the event, every person who made the process challenging for me acknowledged the fact that the event came out as great as it was supposed to be. So that was like it was just a moment of knowing that everything was worth it, and all the hard work was paid off.
With the rainbow.
100%.
All right, that's really good. Like to see you encounter your obstacles and your life obstacles, so like not to bend you, but to allow you to thrive throughout your journey. So that's really good. And how has your family if your family like impacted you on this journey, or has any family in general impacted you on this journey of your creativity?
I mean, yeah, I say my family got a big impact on my life, my creative journey, what I got going on. My parents have always been the perfect cushion that I need in life to have the range to be creative as possible. My parents, I'm not I consider myself like the most out of the box thinker, creative. One of my siblings, so they never like pushed me to uh, just be anything in life. They never pushed me to go any path. They just always supported my creativity, offered me a safe space to freely think, freely chase my goals and dreams, and be a free thinker. And I feel like that's all we can ask for out of parents, to for them to just lay the foundation for us as their children to see what's possible in life and to chase those possibilities. That's all I've asked for. So yeah, they was a big help. My family, my siblings, my parents always constantly supporting what I got going on. Always checking in on me, always making sure I'm on a path to greater things. And yeah, we got frequent check-ins. We got close relationships, so it's dope. Yeah, shout out to the family.
That's good. That's really good. And I heard within like you spoke of how there was a barrier within due to your ethnicity that may have caused the obstacles or may not have caused us. I don't know. Pardon me. You spoke of like there was a discrimination so word. I'm not so sure. Please correct me about.
I said discrimination with what you talking
I
about?
don't
The
think
event?
that was yeah, but the event that you meant like you wanted to create a there you go, I'm sorry. You created a space for those who had less opportunity within the space. And how what like why did you want to do that?
Why did I want to create that space?
Yeah.
I mean, um, like I said, I'm always innovative, always thinking of being creative. When I was a junior, I created the short film, and that was like the biggest thing that I did at that point. And then COVID came right at the end of that filming process, so everybody was home from back for that year. And then my last year was everybody's first full year being back on campus after COVID. So everybody was going away from campus for a year and a half, and in my eyes, there was like a big just like open field of any like the world. It was a world of possibilities. Anybody could do whatever they wanted. Like there was no at that point there was no pre-existing culture on campus. Because everybody was damn near gone for 2 years. So felt like I had the blank canvas to paint whatever picture I wanted for the culture of campus and what it was going to be like that year. So just me being innovative and out of the box thinker. I just wanted to create that event that I always felt like we should have on campus, and it took a lot of thought, focus, and money, and time, a lot of time, but it was all worth it. That was like that's like my prized possession from being a student. In my major, I never had like a big thesis or a big final project or anything. So that was like my personal project that I took on as like my stamp on campus before I got up out of there.
Don't me ask you what university or college you attend.
I went to Westchester University. Yeah, it's about 45 minutes away from Philadelphia.
Thank you so much for elaborating on how your current noun was like it came how it came about. That's really something that we think is good to like captivate that you had a past that led you to make your now. As a director. And so right now, what is the biggest thing that you're actually focusing on right now at this moment?
Right now in life, there's a couple of things I'm focusing on. A couple years ago, I was blessed with the opportunity to be selected to shoot a documentary in Rwanda, Africa, for a nonprofit organization out there, and it was a beautiful experience. It actually changed my life in many different ways, and it helped shape my focus of just like the type of media I want to be making. So moving forward, I definitely want to attract more projects like that. Move around to different places, different states, different countries. Travel all across the world just to help use my gift to share it to people across the world who need it, to help tell their stories. So many people that's doing great things across the world, that just doing things out of the kindness of their heart, out of just what they believe, just of what they trying to their own gospel that they trying to spread across the world, and they doing it in their own box and bubble. And me being so creative and just so where I'm at, that I just wanna help tell their story and amplify it as big as possible. Also, I'm working on a project that I don't want to speak too much on, but I'm working on just a project that's helping contextualize and capture my experience as a creative, as a entrepreneur, as a person, figuring life out. Yeah, I'm working on a project that's helping tell my own story and contextualize all of the different feelings that I've been encapsulating over the last couple of years, from being in college, doing all the things I was doing in college, and then transition into what they consider the real world, into just post grad life, and how I've been able to operate through everything that I've been doing, all of the traveling that I've been doing in life, all of the gigs, and I've been blessed with a lot of opportunities in life, and I've realized that I probably haven't been doing the proper necessary steps to document that. So yeah, this is my own creative way of just telling my story. I always had a personal fascination for just music, and artists being able to tell their story, tell the emotions that they go through on a daily or consistent basis through their musical art. And I always wish I could tell my own things, my own experiences through life in my own ways, and I can as a director. So yeah, I'm working on something to help tell my own story.
So we good. So we gotta be stay tuned, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. If you could tell 16-year-old you, what would be the message?
If I could tell my 16-year-old self something.
Yes.
If I could tell my 16-year-old self anything, I'd tell my 16-year-old self to focus on everything that comes in front of you. Feel like a lot of times in the past, felt like I focused on only what I wanted to, only what I felt, what I thought was the important things. But I've noticed that everything that has came across my vision, came across to me, was important in its own way. So I definitely just tell myself to value all things, that value all experiences, all opportunities. Treat every opportunity like it's a major opportunity, regardless of what your perception is, and think hard about all of those things. Yeah, don't be too smart for your own good. That's what I definitely tell myself.
If you could tell okay, if you could tell future you, like 10 years from now, future you, what would you tell your future self? Would you could converse, or question you could ask your future self? What would it be?
If I could talk to my future self,
Yeah.
I would just say, um, I hope the top is comfortable. So that's where I plan on being.
Let's go.
Yeah. I hope it's nice up there. I hope you got a beautiful view.
Yes, you will. That is great. Let's go. And has faith played any role in your journey?
I mean, I'm very spiritual. Um, yeah, I believe that God is the reason for many of the things that came into my life, that's that exist and that's going on. I'm very spiritually aligned, and yeah, believe in the higher powers for sure.
Sorry. So this will be good. So sorry, something's going nice in my mouth. Do we have like a excuse me for a second?
Mm-hmm. Take your
Do we have
time.
like a tissue?
It could be some in here.
All right, so thank you so much for for allowing us to come in here and captivate you now. That's something that I really I've thought about to be able to like witness something that everybody has this story, and I can ask you, vertical stories, right? You captivate a story, and that's what we're also doing right now. Captivating your story, like us to captivate your story. We really appreciate that, and if you could give like if you could give one statement to the audience, what would it be? Like a motivation statement or whatever it is that you want to tell them. What would you tell the audience?
Um, Being yourself is the best person to be. I wouldn't rather be nobody else, and yeah, focus on the important things that in life that matters. The important things in life that matter to me is my goals, success, my family members around me, and and yeah, accomplishing my goals. Really accomplishing my goals. The faster you are to, the more motivated you are to accomplish your goals, the better um, life gets for you and everybody else around you. So just be real goal oriented, be real family oriented, and take care of people around you because the more the more you take care of people around you, the more the people around you take care of you when you need it, and that's all. That's all I ever feel life is about.
That's good. That's really good. Thank you so much for that statement, and I think like the audience will actually also agree with you. How families are those who you take care of actually does help you. Even if they don't help you, they still help you in a way by like leaving an impact in your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. So with no further ado, we'll definitely end it here. We really appreciate you for allowing us to captivate you now here and allowing us to like be in your space and try to see how you got to be now. So once more, thank you so much. TIN, and we are out.
Yeah, I appreciate the love. I feel that was pretty cool.